Welcome on board Lagoon 380 ATENEA by NAS Sailing. Coming in from the port side, we have helmsman control here with all the winches and halyards sheets on these two winches next to the helming station. To start the engine, we have to first press on, wait till it beeps, then press start, and the other one. To stop it, press stop and stop, and then off. Here we have two multifunction displays, autopilot and big B&G GPS chart plotter. Engine controls, rooftop that opens above the helmsman station. There are two diesel tanks, one for each engine. Port side stern here, and starboard side stern here. Moving forward, here we have waste tank from the port bathroom. We have big storages on the bow with the dinghy pump and spare ropes. The other side with the anchor chain and another spare anchor, and anchor controls are inside the cabin right here. When lifting an anchor, we have to be careful not to pile up the chain, so occasionally you need to drop it like this with your hand so it doesn't smother the winch. Also, when you set an anchor, you have to set it in the middle with this hook and these two lines. You hook it on one of the chains and let it out a bit more so it stays in the middle as you're anchored. There are two water tanks, one here and another one on the starboard side. On the bow there are nice little chairs to sit on, and we have so-called skipper's cabin, which is basically used for storage. Now we have sunshades inside. Moving back on the starboard side, there's another waste tank from the starboard toilet. On the stern, on each side, there is an emergency tiller hole. Close to the helming station, there's also jib furler, so you can control everything from the helm. Boat hook. Great roomy and comfortable cockpit with optional sunshades. Dinghy with 4-stroke mariner. Here underneath we have 2 gas bottles, and in the storage here there are buckets, dinghy pumps, spare fuel, water hose. Moving inside, on the port side of the salon there's a nav station, charts inside, pilot box, boat papers, navigation equipment. Just above is binoculars, handheld compass, 2 winch handles, radio controls, VHF, lights, 220 volt outlets with an inverter, 220 volt panel, 12 watt panel with 12 volt chargers, and indicators for state of batteries, fuel tank and water tanks. Nice and big salon. You can make big bed out of this table. There are 2 smaller set of legs, so it goes down, and with these cushions you can make a really nice bed. There are life jackets and safety gear under here, and some tools, flares, first aid kit here. Going up on the cabin is a full batten mainsail with single line reefing. These are first and second reef that are led all the way to the cockpit, so reefing can be done from the helmsman position. Halyard is a black line leading up to the top of the sail. On the starboard side of the salon is a big galley. In here we have 2 water tanks, so there's one valve that's open and another one closed. When you consume all the water from one tank, just close one tank and open the second one. Here there are 2 gas valves. One is for the stove, one is for the cooker. Bathroom with lights up there, shower pump here, and take the shower out from here. Toilet, Żabsko, works like any other. First the lever on the left and we pump in water, then move to the starboard side to take all the water out. We have more storages here, and stern, starboard cabin, starboard side. In the locker we have valves from the galley. Port side aft cabin, we have 3 switches for the batteries. They have to be all horizontal, which means they're on, and we have a anchor windlass circuit breaker, so if the anchor stops working, first check here that this is on, like this. Moving on to the port side, we have the same setup with another toilet, same like on the starboard side. Have gas alarm here. Front cabin and stern cabin. Under the bunk in the stern cabin there are main switches for the board battery. Webasto heating, just press on for 2 seconds, put fan speed and adjust the temperature. Before shutting down, let it blow out like this for a while, a few minutes, and then press off. Starboard aft cabin, we have 3 more circuit breakers. 2 lower ones have to be on, horizontal, and the upper one is off, just in an emergency, in case you drain the engine battery. When you switch it on, it can draw power from all the batteries at once, so you can start the engines. Otherwise, keep it off. Going back to the cockpit, under the seat we have a nice big ice box for food and drinks right here in the cockpit. There's a life buoy on the stern port, and we have 8 fenders plus 1 round one on each side.